Reading. Also opening text to fool people into thinking this is real cliché. Simply not practical to film your life with this kind of camera. Between memory space and battery issues, he's gonna have all kinds of stops and starts. And he'd have to have bought like 8 batteries and some big-ass memory cards and I mean, this is 2006, too. Store-bought pizza sauce and store-bought salad, too. Damn, do these people do any cooking?
Are you happy? Do you have enough batteries?
No, f***er, how could I possibly have enough batteries to film your entire existence? Who buys a ginormous 80-inch slim HD TV and uses it to watch Archie Bunker?
Anytime.
Did he just say dinny time? Because I am not okay with that.
Hello, Micah.
Micah? I know that's how the actor pronounces his name, and that's how the movie pronounces it, but I'm pretty sure that's wrong. Hours later, after dinner, and after the beating and the microphone test, the television in the other room is back on the exact same scene from earlier.
Extracurricular with this. I know I mentioned it before.
Could, but no.
Katie nixes the idea of this movie containing a lap dance. This CoinNet product placement lasts entirely too long and is also entirely ineffective, since I don't know what they do, nor do I care.
So can you see ahead of like that kind of thing? Like, you know, and like knowing the traffic's gonna be bad?
Boyfriend is skeptical when the girlfriend calls a psychic for advice cliché.
These lights have been flickering, these ones that are in the ceiling. We've had water from the faucets turn on and off.
This demon really wants to possess Katie, but first it has to check and see if all the utilities are in working order.
Most of the activity's in here, isn't it?
Yeah, but Katie won't let Micah record the really good activity.
Dealing with demons is not my area. You cannot run from this. It will follow you. It may lay dormant for years.
The psychic says he deals with ghosts, not demons, and then goes on to spout all kinds of expertise about demons. The horrifying demon checks out bedroom door, is satisfied, and then goes back to bed. Or hell. Or the further, to dream of a better tomorrow. This is like the only shirt this guy ever wears.
Malevolent evil spirits that only exist to cause pain and commit evil for their own amusement.
Do those books also mention anything about dropping keys on the floor in the middle of the night? Now that is evil.
Sometimes they're really intelligent in the way they do things to freak you out.
Sometimes. Just not this time.
You didn't exactly warn me about this kind of stuff.
I'm pretty sure there's not really ever a good time to bring up demon stalking in a relationship, but that's some excellent shaming, dude. Seriously? A long-sleeve dress shirt, a tie, and jeans? It's 2006, not 1992.
Micah, promise me, please.
Fine, I promise you I won't buy a Ouija board.
Man, even I know he's gonna just steal or borrow one.
Your demon's worthless. You're worthless. Got nothing.
Micah attempts to be the most annoying character in movie history. Okay, even if you don't believe in actual demon hauntings, which, honestly, it appears these two do at this point, but whatever. Even if you don't believe, you're gonna hear that noise and just wander immediately downstairs to confront whatever caused it?
You know, that kind of stuff didn't happen when before the camera.
Sure, let's blame the camera for the weird stuff that's happening now. Earlier in the movie, you said you saw the faucets turn on and off, and the lights turned on and off, and you said the f***ing demon whispered in your ear, which was all before the camera. But sure, hearing a really loud noise proves that things are getting worse. This is freaky for sure, but doesn't this mean that Katie is possessed at this point? The demon has now officially gotten what it wants, but here Katie's back to normal. Was the demon just trying on a new costume or something? Yes, I'd like something in a size Katie, but I don't want to buy it now. Got some more creepy shit I need to do first. He turns on one light, but then uses the camera and the tiny camera light to continue searching the house. Why? Because it's a found footage film, so we need to manufacture as much found footage as possible. Plus, this lighting is scarier.
Katie, come inside!
Then, when he clearly hears a haunting back inside the house, he yells for his traumatized girlfriend who is sitting outside trying to avoid hauntings and tells her to come inside. This guy is a dick to girlfriends.
And I went inside to bring you a blanket because you refused to leave in this catatonic, weird state you were in.
Wait, did I talk to you?
Dude, don't you have footage of what happened after Katie walked downstairs? You took the damn camera down there. See? Told you. Well, thanks for being forthright, demon, but I didn't ask you any questions. How does a Ouija board on fire not burn down the wooden table below it, and thus the entire house? Are Katie and Amber talking in pitch darkness? The only light source seems to be the cameras.
I swear to abide by Katie's rules and regulations of camera use.
Man, when Katie puts her foot down about unauthorized camera use, she really lets Micah continue to do whatever he wants. Okay, seriously, you have demon footprints all over your house and you're still just mildly curious? So what, the demon's been living in the attic all this time? Keeping a picture of kid Katie lying around? Is this a demon or an uncle that has to live 1,000 yards from elementary schools?
It wanted you to find my photo.
Yeah, it also wanted you to have to go all the way up into the attic to find it instead of just putting it on the kitchen counter.
Well, I called Dr. Avery's and he's gone.
I guess there aren't any other demonologists anywhere else in the world. Also, let's be honest, we can't pay for another actor to be in this movie. Yeah, I better turn on the light. It's kind of dark. even for demons. Also, at this point, how the f are these people sleeping? I know horror movie people are always stupid, but this is found footage. This is a real guy, right? Continually heading immediately straight for the demon the first chance he gets. If she's this freaked out, why does she grab the camera and keep filming for him? Turn on some lights already.
Yes, it certainly doesn't like that I'm here, and I cannot help you.
Well, are they supposed to wait until they find a supernatural doctor dude that the demon thinks is just a chill guy, or what? I mean, if the demon is mad that you're there, doesn't that sort of suggest that it's because you can do it some kind of harm? Also, why the f did you come all the way over here just to say the same you said last time about how this is demonic and you can't help? Could you not have just reiterated that over the phone? After everything you've been through, you still turn all the lights off at night? Even if you're resigned to death by demon, don't you at least want to see the coming?
Micah, you and your stupid camera are the problem.
Even after that whole fight a few moments ago, and now she's sobbing on the floor and this bastard is still filming her. I honestly can't tell if the character's supposed to be this big of a dick or if he just sort of has to be in order to make the story fit the found footage conceit. Finally! Oh sure, this is the only part he doesn't get on film. Couldn't the demon-possessed Katie have killed Micah and thrown him into the camera without going all the way downstairs, screaming, then killing him, then bringing him all the way back upstairs? If the demon is smart enough to attack the camera, then why didn't it destroy the tapes? Reading again. I know this is probably a law, but after going through great pains to make you feel like it's real, a disclaimer about this being a work of fiction tears it all down. 90 seconds of unbroken grumbling noise over black screen makes people think something else is going to happen, but just leaves people in the dark. Reading.
There's a fireplace.
Mother makes most boringest movie ever for future spoiled child. Ah, here's Katie again. The movie wants to tell this story parallel to the first Paranormal Activity, only it's strange that Katie never once mentions what's happening to her sister and new family or anything in the first one.
I'm the evil step aunt.
Foreshadowing. Whoa, that baby turning into a 1-year-old escalated quickly. I guess they got tired of recording Things Around the House Part 2, The Quickening.
Where's Micah?
He's brutally tired from being annoying.
As far as I know, this room was not touched.
Demon fucks up the whole house except the nursery, because when you're about to kidnap a child, you need to show respect for his or her living quarters. Here's where the movie's best idea gets wasted. Cameras are everywhere, but only a couple of them will actually capture anything worthwhile in this movie. Even the slightest glimpse of something from some of these worthless cameras would make it worthwhile, but as you will soon see, he will be desperately trying to find entertainment where none exists. Some people think that's a demon being scary. Not me. I think the demon is misunderstood. That's just the demon being hilarious.
Yo lo estoy protegiendo.
The Spanish nanny knows the place is haunted cliché. My daughter's screaming! Better run to wherever she is, carrying my camera!
There's a stench of water.
Haha, because she's Spanish, right? That's racist.
So quiet and like there's nobody here. It's fantastic.
Where's your 2-year-old, though?
You don't want to smash me? I kind of want you to smash me.
Dude's chronicling of everything will not include this smashing.
Let me release the Kraken.
Dude, release the Kraken penis jokes are not only terrible, they're also super passé. Good job being super passé. For some reason, Aunt Katie is the one to wake up and comfort the baby, not either of the baby's parents. Movie waits 14 minutes to tell you it's a prequel and not a sequel, which, if I'm honest, wiped away a good dozen or so sins that I'd written already.
We trashed our whole house. See that thing in the corner? Looks like a motion detector? That's a camera.
We're watching you!
It wasn't until the first Paranormal Activity was released that these assholes discovered they had freaky found footage that actually predated that movie's footage.
I don't know, I get this feeling. Like when we were little.
What?
Never mind.
We don't want to reveal anything that would spoil the surprises of Paranormal Activity 3. This footage was filmed before the first movie's events, so how did the powers that be who found the footage deem Katie and Micah's story more worthy of being the first one told than this footage? Why don't you just admit you're capitalizing on this real family's pain by churning out sequels to their grisly murders? This franchise is like the Where's Waldo of horror movies. Tons of harmless security footage designed to make you hunt and peck for any wisp of movement or ghost activity. F*** Waldo. I don't know why this family needs a nanny. The mom doesn't appear to work, and why would she? Her husband owns a ton of Burger Kings. What does she do that she needs a nanny to help out with the kid? Movie cuts to black to emphasize the nothingness. God, this pool cleaner thing was out last night, on night 2. Do these people just never swim and leave the pool cleaner bot on 24/7? How dirty did that shit get since yesterday? Movie repeats the exact same sequence from earlier of various security cameras capturing nothing, because repetition equals plot. This pool doesn't have dozens of dead cartel members who wronged Gustavo Fring floating in it. Here we go again. These people are horrible parents to both dogs and humans. 32 seconds of nothing happening in the kids' room except for some noises you have to be wearing headphones to even hear. We've done a lot of these demon movies. I wonder what these assholes do when they're plotting to steal kids or possess people. They show up, they knock some things around, and then they get tired. There's some sort of process they have to go through before they can accomplish their goals. You have to be really patient when you're a bloodthirsty demon from the lower bowels of hell. Movie is really trying my patience with this shit. Sickening thud is the sound of fury, signifying nothing. Wait, why didn't we get to see this camera's viewpoint during the loud noise shit? You clearly had this angle before and after it. So if people stitching together this found footage left that out for some reason, then they are manipulative dicks, and I can no longer trust this movie. Dicks? Didn't she already pray away the bad spirits? If that shit didn't work earlier, why does she think it's going to now? Does she really mean it this time? Martine is now getting fired for burning incense. And whatever. Fire whoever you like. She's not an important person. But why can't she somehow communicate to Daniel and Christy to look at the security tapes? And at least see that something weird is happening at the house. I guess this kid can see whatever demonic force is in the house. It's probably playing peekaboo with him, or doing the magic thumb trick. I would never accuse a father of getting all Paris Hilton sex tape with his daughter. But this father is getting all Paris Hilton sex tape with his daughter. Cleanest pool ever! Why don't we ever see the kid's room when whatever makes him cry happens? In the first movie, even though the demon's actions didn't make any sense, at least we saw something. This movie is all about going out of its way to not show you anything. Sounds can be scary, sure, but when there are 6 cameras throughout the house that capture neither jack nor shit, it's frustrating as hell. Let this be a lesson to all you new parents. Every time your baby cries, it might be a demon. We find out later that was a bird. Why just this one bird, and not all the birds? Why does the dumbest bird have the keenest demon detection? Don't worry, that's just the demon pretending to be a truck driver playing on a CB radio. But much like stealing kids or possessing Katie, it takes a long time for a demon to get a commercial driver's license, so fantasy will have to do until then. 32 minutes in, legitimately considering bailing on this Sins video and letting Chris finish the rest on his own. F this f***ing repetitive bullshit, man. Demon is careless with cookware. Demon is careless with cookware.
What are you doing back out here?
Whoa, 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 this contraption was found outside the pool after you put it inside the pool, and you're just bemused by that? That is clear evidence of an intruder and foul play, man. What the f***?
I'm definitely getting one of these.
And that's the origin story of Micah's obsession with cameras.
You know, I just don't talk about this stuff anymore.
What
so.
stuff?
Demon hunting backstory is obscured by cleavage. Movie is so clearly conditioning you that you probably aren't anywhere near as mad about this as I am. Demon arson. Of course, Allie's having a romantic hot tub rendezvous with her boyfriend when this happens, so that the dad has someone to blame this stupid shit on. Married couple bicker about the pot falling incident instead of the fire started while your daughter was in the hot tub with some boy incident, which honestly is f***ed up. Get your priorities straight, people. This is something you didn't know. Paranormal phenomena hate it when you have a clean pool. I just had to go to the bathroom, and honestly, I didn't even pause the movie, and yet somehow I missed nothing. What is it about the hours of 3 a.m. that make this demon come out? This motherfucker is leaving the bar way too late. It's time to impose a curfew seance.
You guys, there's something we need to see.
You'd better take a look at this cliche.
You know, we can't just let this affect us that much. If we do that, the terrorists win.
Was this still funny even in 2006? Also, why is this dickhead still shooting video of random nonsense like this? Prankster Demon continues his wacky antics because one day he'll have a YouTube channel everyone can enjoy. Demon diversifies its scare portfolio by using shadow puppets. Felt like a shadow creeping on me. Teenage daughter going to bed thinks nothing of the wide open front door. Movie is a dick to storytelling. Demon realizes it left the oven on back in hell and decides to quit baby snatching for the night. These parents are so loving they don't even put child protective installations on their basement doorknobs. The 6 minutes cut out of this security footage are not important at all. How did this asshole get back in the crib? Did the demon come back and lift him back in? What kind of f***ed up demon is this?
And I don't want to hear any more of this haunted house crap, okay?
Earlier, when you wanted to see what the hell was going on with the pool cleaner, you consulted your expensive security system. Now, with video proof of all sorts of shit, you decide to play asshole dad and are not the least bit curious about what happened at all.
That it's probably not a ghost, and it's probably something else, and it's possibly a demon.
Character goes and does research that has all the answers for the weird f***ed up shit happening cliche.
And demons are not human. They're just, like, evil.
Well, you gotta admit, they have a keen sense of humor, despite being 100% evil. I mean, he got you good with that locking you out of the house thing a minute ago.
Will follow the defaulter and his or her brood until its soul of an infant is collected.
Ah, the internet, the cause of and solution to all of life's problems.
Okay, so this is the freakiest thing ever. It happened to me last night.
Finally, the curious girl consults the security footage. Also, footage is the widescreen edition, complete with the black bars at the top and bottom of the screen, which are normal.
Yeah, wind blows the door closed.
Dad.
Thank you.
God damn it.
It's happened to me a million times.
I'm sure it's happened to you a million times. Got you completely locked out of the house and everything too, I bet. Also, Curious Girl decides not to look at any of the other footage all that night, basically considering the door closing as the only footage worthy of review. Night 17. I gave up carrying on night 2, FYI.
I think I just heard something coming from downstairs.
So naturally, my first move was to turn on a video camera. Girl who hears a noise like this upon turning a doorknob continues with her plan to open said door. Horror vlogging. Family German Shepherd nowhere to be found during this particular strange noises in the house scene. Demon risks waking up the entire house by playing, what the f*** is this guy's deal?
Whatever happened to us when we were little, I think it's starting again.
I don't want to talk about this, Christy.
At least not until the next movie, which will actually be the first movie. But whatever. I'm only here for a paycheck.
You want to know what I remember? I remember you crying all the time.
This is good personal shit to get on camera right now.
You need to leave this alone.
So ignore the creepy shit and it goes away. Good advice. Also, you basically completely ignore this advice when the creepy shit starts happening to you. Actually, you ignore this whole entire story in the first movie. Probably just the wind. Also, just forget about it, and I'm sure it will never happen again. No need to show anybody this footage because Katie said to leave it alone. Family does not immediately move out right the now. Scene punctuating teapot.
What if Christy's great-grandmother made a deal with a demon so she could get rich? And Hunter is the first male to be born on Christy's side since at least the 1930s.
Okay, you want me to believe that since the great-grandmother, all the kids born on that side were female. Fine. That's possible, but unlikely. But how does that person making the bargain actually give up anything when it waits until the great-grandchildren have a son? That means great-grandmother made a bargain and never had to pay for it.
Don't tell me that shit isn't coincidence.
Clearly, you mean don't tell me that shit is coincidence. The sin is for no one in the crew or editing department noticing your mistake. Night 19. The natives have accepted me as one of their own. They show no desire whatsoever to try and escape my hauntings. Operation Become a Human, proceeding as planned. Good God, what an asshole this guy is. When the first movie did this speed-up trick, we saw some pretty f***ed up stuff. Like Katie just standing and watching Micah for 5 hours or something like that. Here, it's just sped-up footage, like the director is satisfying our subconscious need to fast-forward this shit. Dog is struggling with something basically off-camera that is surely getting picked up by another camera. But hey, whoever found this footage decided to turn it into a horror movie rather than a documentary, and went with the less is more adage. Curious girl who's been waking up to investigate noises only wakes up when the dog attack is long over. Dad and daughter play right into the demon's hands by taking the dog to the late-night emergency vet clinic and leaving mom and baby home alone for optimal torturing. This woman, who knows her house is haunted, has left her baby alone for nearly an hour. Just ignore it. Movie captures amazing footage of what it's like to be locked in the basement with a demon for over an hour.
Oh,
Whatever happened after Christy came around the corner like someone demon-possessed was not important enough to put in this movie. This child is crying because his mother did a full reenactment of the Blair Witch Project. Amazingly, he was able to get through 20 minutes of Christy pretending to be all three characters during the map arguing scene. Dad is pacing back and forth, trying to figure out how to blame the wind for this. Sure, olive oil on a cross. It probably won't work, but not with that attitude it won't. Well, thank God the housekeeper is super well versed in evil spirits and shit. She's like a convenience keeper. Movie wants me to feel some kind of conflicted about this decision to pass the demon from Christy to her sister, thus creating the first movie. And honestly, I can't fault them. If my Hispanic housekeeper rubbed something in some olive oil and said this was my only option, I'd definitely sell out the sister in a heartbeat. I mean, right? So, could this demon just not have already taken the kid by now? Or did it have to wait, all the way to this very moment, to finally make its move? I feel like Demon Christy should already be on the road by now with the kid, to wherever firstborn sons go to be collected by demons. Pawn shop? I'm guessing pawn shop. Demon stashed the kid in the basement for safekeeping, I guess. Now the dad is filming this shit. Why? You're going to tell me so that he can see through the camera's night vision, to which I'm going to respond, 89% of average American homes have 2.3 flashlights on hand. I understand that they're passing the demon on to Katie, but why do they think that the demon will stop wanting the kid? Allie already researched this, and it's pretty clear what it wants. So this is like the robbing Peter to pay Paul of demon management.
I feel like there's stuff going on at our house.
You probably should just ignore it. Paranormal Activity 2? Meet Paranormal Activity. I know, it's a weird time warp we're going through here, where the 2 comes before the 1. It then took demon-possessed Katie an entire day to travel from San Diego to Carlsbad. I'm guessing she went to Solana Beach to soak up the sun, and tell everyone to lighten up. Then she went to go steal a kid.
You want to get your coffee from a place that knows coffee better than anyone else. At Dunkin' Donuts, you can do it.
Movie's product placements include actual advertisements, including 2 for Dunkin' Donuts. Wait, did she come all the way here in a blood-soaked shirt? The distance between San Diego and Carlsbad is about 35 miles. There's some extremely unobservant people between those cities. Katie will now waste 30 seconds of time, while the series of security monitors updates us on the status of the staircase, nursery, front door, pool, and Daniel's neck. The kid survives this. So let me ask you something, movie. If in the first Paranormal Activity you knew Micah's body was found on October 11th, how did you not know about Katie's further excursion to snap up her sister's firstborn? Did someone have to give you found footage before you connected the dots? I'm just giving you shit, movie. I know you didn't have any clue what would happen in Paranormal Activity 2 when you did the first one. Welcome to Paranormal Activity 3, the movie where you are literally watching paint dry. Oh shit, it's Katie again. If I see that dickhead Micah live or on pre-recorded footage, I'm gonna add 50 cents to this bitch automatically. Just FYI. I mean, just because I had to say his name, I'm adding us into this movie. Hashtag Micah is a douche.
I don't see that box of tapes that Katie brought over. Looks like that's the only thing that's missing.
Who's even watching these? What is the intended audience? The tape thief? And if it is the thief, who is it? Is it the viewer? Is it the dead grandma? Is it the ghost? Did the ghost get a VHS player? The fuck? 1988? So this is before the other 2 films? Jesus leapfrogging Christ. Also, that's 18 years prior to any of these films' plots. Yet the VHS tape containing it hasn't worn out or warped or generally gone to shit, as VHS tapes are known to do. This is extremely amateurish editing, even for home movies. The problem with found footage films is that a lot of the found footage is boring-ass filler bull. Like Grandma's obviously evil.
Katie, take it easy.
Wait, is this all a flashback of the chick from the first movie's childhood? Why wasn't this footage found and included in the first movie then? Or the second? This guy's Fox Mulder garage.
My assistant, Randy.
Having an assistant named Randy. Also, this hoarder's garage having asshole having an assistant. So, of course, Katie and Christy's new dad was a video enthusiast, because how else were they going to shoot all the Paranormal Activity 3? This is a pretty fancy house for 1988. What does Julie do exactly, other than raise 2 expensive children?
Oh. Julie?
Movie gives zero explanation as to why this asshole might be filming this right now. But whatever. You're about to be jump scared, which you love, so what the f do you care? Jesus, why doesn't the Paranormal Activity ever affect people who live in apartments or trailers and shit? Why only the wealthy? No one answered my call, so let's continue filming the creepy rich house in total silence, because that's what the screenwriter told us to do. Teddy Ruxpin is well known to be one of the most terrifying children's toys of all time. This is already a clue that terrible things will happen. Demon that leaves absolutely no trace of itself anywhere stuck his claws in lamb's blood before going a haunting one night, but only left his markings on this door one time and nowhere else. That camera absolutely has a light attachment. Please turn it on.
Whoa.
Jump scare daughter.
We haven't even started smoking it, and you're already paranoid.
Movie rips off the parents casually smoke pot thing from the original Poltergeist. This is why there's so many quick edits to what should be straight filmed home movies. There's probably an extra hour of this somewhere. She was more concerned about smoking pot on camera than having sex on camera. Isn't he supposed to be a professional videographer? This lighting is atrocious. Regardless of any ghosts or demons, those 2 sisters had their mom's quasi-sex tape on hand for a while, and that's f***ed up. The only way you could be this awkward filming a sex tape with your own wife would be if you'd never had sex before.
What is that?
Conveniently, this movie's poltergeist demon waits until just before the nudity to show up for haunting activity. Also, and totally coincidentally, this movie's poltergeist demon hates my penis. So, did the demon cause an earthquake? Thereby demonstrating in the 3rd movie of a series way more power than previously demonstrated in the earlier films? Or is the earthquake some kind of coincidence timed exactly with the appearance of this family's poltergeist? Because, damn, either way, sin is f***. Dust settles on a ghostly figure and he just sits there, but the ghost later complains about having a hand put on him. Either you're corporeal or not, dude. Also, the f*** is this asshole just sitting here in the bedroom watching this porno being shot anyway? Also, thankfully for this movie's many videotaped endeavors, Discount Micah is a video whiz with a garage full of all the equipment.
Did you see that in the corner?
Yeah, I see, like, dust.
Yeah, you totally can't see the dust settling midair. I guess every one of these movies needs the person who doesn't believe in anything to manufacture artificial tension character.
Like when people think they see the Virgin Mary in their toast.
Haha, but the famous Virgin Mary toast happened back in 1994, 6 years after the events of this movie.
Julie?
Yeah, I'm back here.
Unlike previous films in the franchise, this movie doesn't even lift a finger to try and explain why this guy is constantly recording everything in his life, including spousal disputes. Sure, new boyfriend, install a camera in my young daughter's room. The ghost is the least of these kids' problems based on mom's decision-making. There is no way this asshole is changing tapes every 6 hours to capture all the things he needs to capture. Were these titles edited in after the fact? If so, by who? And if not, can we admit that this is a quirk of filmmaking and the VHS point of view that we're watching is not in fact all this movie is? Also, you're telling me this family somehow captured HD video with night vision in multiple rooms in 1988 without selling their souls to the devil?
Be quiet so we don't wake Katie up.
Tell me, why is the demon real, but its voice isn't? Now, you might say that only Christy can hear it because of some sort of children power, but why can't the videotape pick it up? Does the videotape have to believe before it records it? Perfect decor for every 80s child. A blurry poster of Jem?
You haven't been around kids for that long. They do weird things.
Wife and mother dismisses her child talking to an off-camera ghost as a weird thing. Or did he not play her the video, but still somehow try and explain what happened? Movie glosses over the obvious answer for the family's haunting within the first 30 minutes.
It should either be called Back to the Past.
Present. Back to the present.
Lame conversation about Back to the Future 3 years after the first one came out and a year before the sequel's release, in case you forgot it was the 80s. Paranormal Activity 3, even more nighttime surveillance footage of nothingness. That's right, a light terrifyingly turns itself on and off again. Maybe it's a poster of Springsteen? Ghost waits a minimum of 7 days to truly start transitioning from mild hijinks to full haunting, as per the Poltergeist Accord of 1985. In every previous scene of this bedroom, the red light of the recording camera has been visible in the closet door mirror. But tonight, there is no red light, which means we are watching video from a camera that is not recording anything. It's just the demon's wang, dude. I mean, at any point during filming, did anyone research the home video recording capabilities of 1988? Because it seems pretty obvious they did not. Julie and Dennis helpfully leave their door cracked so we can see part of something happening every once in a while. Is that a real daughter or a ghost? Oh, who the f*** am I kidding? I don't give a shit. There was a little girl there, but now she's not. Spooky.
You told me to get the books. I got you the books. That's what a library is. It's for borrowing.
First off, it takes like 5 minutes to get a library card. Second off, library has all the answers to your ghost problems, cliche.
What are you doing? Nothing, we're just playing a game.
With Dad's obviously NASA expensive 1080p video camera. Duh. Hey, that's the same day Greg Louganis hit his head on the diving board. Coincidence? I think not. Oh, the light is brighter now. Ooh. Demon Wang officially busts a nut.
It's fine, right? break.
Once again, demonic poltergeist asshole is more concerned with college prank dickery than actual scares or murders. Here's the riveting Toby Locke's older sister in a closet scene, intended to make the viewer feel impatience at the lack of actual scary shit going on in this film. Let me see, I'm a demon, better close this door. Not all the way though. The babysitter is dressed like a f***ing skipper doll.
Oh, I'm a ghost. Hello, Dennis. You found the ghost.
Hello, Dennis, you found the ghost.
Hi, Dennis.
This babysitter is a jump scare dick who knows she's in a third-rate horror film. Also, she's clearly banging discount Micah. Also, that's Jenny Matrix from Video Game High School. Now I know for sure this isn't real found footage. Wait, I knew all along. Yeah, that's better. I'll fix it in post. Movie finally pays off this panning camera bullshit with something cool. Too bad it's after a dozen instances of it revealing nothing cool and I've stopped caring. I thought the little girl said the ghost was big. It's clearly a child-sized ghost. This goddamn babysitter takes so long to walk up the freaking stairs, I'm inclined to think the concept for this film was threadbare, and the screenwriter was forced to really stretch some shit. Why is she so curious about the closet door? Isn't it just a normal closet door? Can she hear the demon? Wow, selfish child guardian abandons children at first sign of supernatural trouble. What the director surely thought would be a suspense-building positive use of repetition turns out to merely be repetition for the sake of repetition. And it makes me rage. You know what, sudden little girl? I don't give a shit. Are you one of the daughters? Are you a ghost? I don't fucking care if you're a talking stalk of broccoli. You can f*** the hell right off after the last hour I just sat through. What do you think of that routine, Bob? Well, she didn't fall, but to be honest, I think I've seen more creative choreography from pretty much every other balance beam competitor here tonight. Sure, that's a big fall there, but there's really no danger. I guess this is supposed to be scary because the demon loves playing with children? This might be the most frustrating haunting since that blowjob ghost from Ghostbusters came to my window and told me she was all out of blowjobs.
See the sheet?
Yeah, that's probably the spooky highlight of the night. But did you see Christy jumping off the non-child-proof stairway down into the living room? That's at least a tie.
Did you show Julie? No, man, what are you kidding?
Not showing the mother of the haunted children pretty good evidence of their being haunted is a dumb call. You know, I've watched an hour of this movie, and I honestly don't know which of these two young girls is Katie from the first movie. That speaks to either the filmmaker's lack of detail and differentiation, or my lack of fucks given. It would be creepy to see this little girl stand in one place for a long time via sped-up footage, if I hadn't seen the same in the first movie. No matter how unexpected they are, crayon scribbles are just not very menacing.
Sorry, Dennis. Not my idea.
Adult babysitter thinks this apology will excuse him doing whatever a small child commands. Camera indicator light is a deep metaphor for a working camera, symbolizing a camera working. Demon redecorating. Instead of showing my wife the crazy-ass video footage I've assembled, let's talk about witches and shit with no proper context. Also, these 1930s witches stole the sons of brainwashed girls. Why exactly? To what end? For what actual purpose?
This is your fault.
If only I had proof that it wasn't. But where will I find it? The night his wife yells no more cameras, unrepentant and deaf husband records their slumber. There may be witches and ghosts harming children in the house, but a man still gotta work. Also, husband's work appears to involve editing crowd footage for Girls Gone Wild videos. Also, even though he has video proof of weird shit going on in the house, he still puts on sound-canceling headphones to edit his work videos late at night in the haunted house. Obs.
Just ignore it!
These parents set up this house so their daughters could be screaming bloody murder without the parents having to be bothered by hearing it. If this demon wants Katie all of a sudden, why is it letting her go back to the beds? These parents are some heavy f***ing sleepers.
Do it! Just let her go!
Demon's plan entirely centers on a girl's power to convince her parents to move in with evil grandma.
Hello? Weird.
Mom, whose kids are pleading with her to realize ghosts are in their house, merely thinks a door knock with no actual visitor is weird. Also, if the grandma and the demon are working in concert, why did he interrupt the phone call to play more goddamn pranks? In fact, why not do all this in the first place? Also, notice how conveniently the cordless phone she left on the counter didn't show back up during this demon avalanche. You mean it's still September? Long after his wife declared the taping would end, he's still taping, and taping his wife to boot. Also, good for Dennis, making sure this film had a proper establishing shot.
So who's the lucky guy?
Toby?
So, this is supposedly the moment where Christy became betrothed to the demon, and her firstborn son is actually his. So, that takes us to a very important question. When Christy and her husband reversed the curse in the last movie, why did that even work? If the goal is to claim a son, why was he even bothering with Katie in the first movie? So, they left their home and went to Grandma's house, and she's still letting him set up cameras to shoot everything?
When's your mom gonna let us sleep in the same bed?
Maybe she's retired and on a fixed income and can't afford a double or queen bed, ass. Ever think of that? Also, these assholes are going to bed at 9:31 p.m. Who the f*** does that? There's virtually no reason I'm standing here except for the audience scare quotient. Okay, new house, more ghost wife missing. Better grab my camera and record this The ghost that no one could see earlier now casts a shadow. Sometimes. 30 full goddamn seconds of walking across the sidewalk. Also, here is what the closed captioning actually says right now. This guy finds several strangers in his garage who chase him back into the main house, and his first move is to call for his wife and run upstairs silently, as opposed to immediately calling 911. And Julie is dead, because why exactly? Because she said she didn't want a son? You mean they can brainwash people into forgetting all this shit, but they can't brainwash a married couple into having unprotected sex? This dickhead somehow decides after his possessed wife dive-bombed him on the stairs that he needs to pick up the camera before collecting his daughter. This is why people hate found footage movies, FYI. Now he knows how to operate the camera light when they're trying to hide from a ghost. Feels like the demon possessed the wrong kid. He was focused on the younger daughter throughout the entire movie, but now he's taking up residence in this one. Sure. Well, this scene made me lose my boner, that's for sure. Also, evil grandma just pulled a Cruciatus curse on him after doing basically nothing other than looking creepy the whole movie. Also, who the f*** is this woman? All we've been hearing about all this movie is f***ing Toby. Now this is this supposed to count as a surprise?
Come on, Toby.
Okay, so is, like, the grandma in charge of Toby? Is Toby the demon who was impregnating the girls to have their ghost babies that they then had no memory of? Is it a family ghost that went from generation to generation? Why was the mother skipped? So many questions, but mostly...
Aunt Katie brought you a present, Hunter.
Since when did Christy ever get into the I'm gonna record everything game? You have several choices when it comes to the person behind the camera, and Christy ain't it. Also, not sure if I'm actually watching the movie or I accidentally hacked some random person's iCloud account. By Katie. Previously on Paranormal Activity. This is the most frightening thing I've seen so far. Any sane mother should know you don't put a baby to sleep by slinging them around the room. 2 questions. Is that a weird pattern on her shirt? Because it looks nothing like blood spatter. I thought it was the map of the US printed on her shirt at first. And is the man on the couch supposed to be dead, or did the remote just get lost in the seat cushions? Katie then walked outside for miles with a baby and blood on her shirt without anyone seeing shit. These people are just constantly filming? Wouldn't someone ask them to stop? Just put your phone down and enjoy Halloween with your kid. He's probably going to get abducted. Much like the houses in Rob Zombie's Halloween remake, this house is decorated with all the Halloween.
Well, lollipops. Lollipops.
Jump scarecrow. Yeah, just record everything in my house. That's fine. I still know absolutely nothing about these people. At least with the last group, we got a few names.
Don't you want to wear pants?
Dad getting after his daughter because she is wearing a skimpy outfit cliche.
What? What? What the f***?
Exactly. Movie series known for its lulls and excitement subjects me to kids soccer.
Tell me you won.
Nope.
No. Did you score?
Nope.
Main character kid sucks at soccer. This is like the Blair Witch Project meets Full House. Movie series known for its lulls and excitement subjects me to kid golf. Movie series blah 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 video game table tennis.
See, isn't that much better?
Tell me, why is this asshole recording stuff? Does he have a premonition about future activity that will be useful in the first true sequel to the first movie? Seeing these teenagers about to make out, I now think I shouldn't be watching this for legal reasons. Trespassing.
Mom is single, and apparently she's really busy and she works a lot, so she's not really home.
So starts the dumbest plot in the history of these movies. The mom is Katie, and I guess she's sending out a kid spy to do future witch demon dirty work, all the while hoping that this dumb family takes him in when she goes to the hospital later. But yeah, this plan somehow works. Skype Paranormal Activity.
Do you even know his mom, though? Like, it's really nice, but we don't even know them.
Character in the movie openly questions how stupid it is that the creepy kid gets to stay here.
Wait. Where are you going?
Seriously, this static shot happens for 33 seconds before some asshole kid runs in the background. For a movie series that constantly jump cuts, it sure doesn't know how long to keep people waiting during these kinds of shots. Also, it's literally a bunch of nothing just for a cheap jump scare of her jumping back to bed. They probably just got to the end of editing this movie and realized it was only 30 minutes, but instead of trying to advance the plot, they just added large sections of still camera pointed at a wall.
It's a total invasion of privacy.
That is the sound of a 16-year-old girl who doesn't care that she's been filmed without her knowledge. And so, he woke up before she woke up, I'm guessing? Or else this wouldn't have been a surprise? I'm kind of doubting it, but whatever. Also, when we find out later this kid is just a demon recruitment tool for Wyatt, how exactly does this figure into the plan? I feel like a little boy who has just been through a traumatic experience wanting to be close to someone is more excusable than a guy secretly filming an underage girl on their video chats.
Camera again.
We are almost 20 minutes into the movie and someone finally calls her out on constantly recording everything. The first ghostly looking figure that we see is an Xbox Kinect character. This scary moment brought to you by the Xbox and Windows, frightening people into thinking they lost all their data since 1995. Kinect Dance Party.
What is Robbie doing?
Robbie is weird. If you didn't know that, you periodically stop listening every 30 seconds. It took the power of Kinect to solve the mystery of recording the somewhat image of Toby the Demon. Literally 2 minutes of what can best be described as a terrible real estate video. This is night 1? I feel like I could have just hopped right in here and had the same, if not better, viewing experience.
My parents are sleeping.
They are doing exactly what they should be doing at 3 in the morning. There's no conceivable reason for you to be up right now. Of course, a minute ago, Alex was walking through the house with a laptop and the image was perfect, in low light. Now she's using a camera and we get the good old Paris Hilton chic color scheme. I think the world's horror screenwriters were trapped in a high-stakes game of Duck Duck Goose as a kid. So now they put people running by horror cliches in every single movie they can.
What the f*** is that?
That was just as abnormal as the other Kinect experience from earlier. This one was just jumpier, yet everyone is so much more alarmed by this experience. Also, we have no score of any kind so far, and the first ghostly movement introduces this boom sound. Was that added afterwards by whoever's compiling this footage?
That is awesome. awesome.
There must be some intriguing backstory where the witches cast a spell on all the adults in the house so they don't believe no matter what the evidence. Well, someone's seen Paranormal Activity. The plan is to put all sorts of laptops all over the house and hope that nobody thinks that's weird at all. Most of the family in this movie must already be dead. Paranormal's secondhand Wilhelm scream. We find out later that she's going to be watching these videos with her buddy Ben later, and she's basically making a peep video for him right now. Right into night 3. I guess someone had the wherewithal to do some editing. These kids think they can get away with this, probably because they saw the last movie and figured, f it. These laptops are capturing footage all day. They really do have magical devices with infinite hard drive space. I can see that this family needs another rule. Spelling the contraction your as your when you mean to say you are. That goes for you too, Internet. Movie steals the stairway scene from The Changeling.
Mom?
Of course, now that Alex knows she's in a horror movie, she guess yells someone's name all the way across the house anytime she hears a noise. And I'm sure the hello is coming soon too.
Hello?
Yep, this ghost kid is more messy than he is scary. Is there not footage somewhere of someone placing all these toys on the ground? Are they that good at avoiding the camera when this happens? Her reaction is, let's follow the path of toys and open the door where they lead, and not, alright, it's time to burn the house down. Demon grew a much bigger wang between 1988 and 2011. Bullshit chandelier placed in random section of the house for scaring purposes is bullshit. Also, they can't just jack scary plot points from Phantom of the Opera. This situation has got serious enough to stop filming. Imagine trying to have a very important conversation with someone while actively filming them. There's no way they would take you seriously. I think something might be wrong with Robbie, and he brought a ghost into my house, so I'm not only entitled to open this gate at 2 a.m., but I have no fear whatsoever. Movie steals the big wheel scene from The Shining. Oh, a chair! Also, this prankster demon and his pranking. At this point, even the demon is clearly bored of his own antics. You know what? I realize now I have no idea if this is the creepy kid or the other creepy kid.
Follow me.
Robbie takes Wyatt to see the demon somewhere, but it is curiously doing prankster behind them with no one around to witness it. There's a shadow! Now your face.
He does not like you.
What? Who? Who does not like me?
You'll find out.
How does this little dick know that Ben will be in strangle shot of the demon when all this goes down? The past 2 movies think that a child talking to a demon off screen is some sort of suspense builder. How long can they go with this sort of horror tantra? Demon lawyer. It's convenient that the first result on Google provided them with all the information they needed. Hello, boob. And this Toby dude really hates kitchens. Either that or every time he walks into one, his gravitational pull kicks in. So? And, based on the hauntings I've seen so far, I'm not entirely sure this ghost isn't a cat. Is it normal for this girl to be up between 2 and 3 in the morning? I'm starting to think that insomnia is the real problem here. Car didn't make any sound until it was time to jump scare the shit out of you. Also, is there any need to look through the viewfinder while you're crossing the street?
Prius?
That's racist. Also, I don't think that's what Toyota had in mind when they paid for that product placement. Super secret witch coven keeps their door cracked so that any Scooby-Doo can walk into this place. Alex hears screams of fright and pain, so of course she finds 2 little boys just having fun in an abandoned house. Movie series with tons of unanswered questions raises more questions. Movie steals a scene from The Ring. Wouldn't be the first time either. Ah, a dark figure or image projected on a surface by an opaque object blocking light. Hey, remember the knife? Well, it's back. So there.
How did she know that you're adopted, though?
She just knew.
Okay, goddammit, this is the bullshit thing I have ever run across before. And I've seen 4 Transformers movies and an episode of Red Shoe Diaries. This movie is saying that Wyatt is Hunter, Katie's nephew she stole in the second movie. That opens up a line of inquiry a mile long. Mostly the question I want answered is, once demon-possessed Katie and a lethal witch coven took possession of the kid, why was he put up for adoption? This twist. I am physically hurt for this stupidity. Paranormal Activity movie finally shows us that demons can open doors. Watching this movie at 2 times speed is a slightly improved experience over watching it at normal speed. That's not as much a sin as it is a helpful tip, which was a show we planned on producing but had to cancel because Cinema Tips was already taken by an adult entertainment company. Demon decides to show itself more clearly this time because it's close to the end of the movie.
Name's not Hunter.
Also, if he's talking to the demon right now, then who the is this behind him? Kid who is important to the demons, witches, and whoever the the antagonist is in these movies is dragged down into the water for no good reason at all. Number 1 rule of parenting, don't leave your kid alone in the tub, because a ghost cat might pull them under the water and drown them. Which is weird because regular cats are afraid of water, but not ghost cats. Why can't the demon simply make Wyatt walk over to the witch house and possess him in private? What's with all the ceremony of the water? Is this supposed to be some sort of backwards baptismal? I am not amused.
Crazy?
Skip! She conveniently takes sleeping pills on the night the ghost cat decided the kid needed to creep around. Why do the demons need to do anything with this family? Can't they just kidnap Wyatt and run away? Are they afraid of legal ramifications? Also, hey, thanks for keeping our precious kid safe for several years. Now suffer the consequences! There is no Dana, only Zool! Also, what was the point of that? They just laid her back down and left? The f***? Also, while this ghost has been in their house, he has knocked over a few things and lifted a teenage girl out of her bed, making him more slight annoyance than a real problem. By the way, wasn't the point of all these cameras so that she could see the weird stuff going on? Has she seen the clip of her floating in the air last night? The other weird with that ghostly figure behind Wyatt? Are these cameras being used in vain now? Now who the f*** is this? Can someone punch it so I don't have to?
I don't know. They shouldn't be.
Why are her parents not home at 1 in the morning? The only logical explanation is if their marriage counselor is a vampire, because they definitely aren't out on the town. What this movie needs is some good spinning. And she is still holding on to that laptop. Carbon monoxide wouldn't be my first choice if I was a ghost. Mostly because when I think of terrifying ways to die, my first thought isn't, how did Peter Russo from House of Cards die?
Hunter? It's your Aunt Katie.
Wait, wasn't she a ghost a minute ago? Wasn't she born on the couch? Why is she in a solid state now? I am goddamn confused!
Open the door.
Kid who is totally possessed and knows his name is Hunter and was 100% on board with coming back to his old family suddenly has second thoughts for reasons you might as well spin the wheel of fish to find. I guess because the one time she tried to show her dad that 1 millisecond flash and he didn't think it was real, she decided that the small sample size was enough never to show her parents even more compelling evidence later. Katie always maximizes the amount of time for the cameras just before she steals children / kills fools. Another thing falls. Why is now the time to throw mom across the room? Why not earlier? And didn't we hear these demons feed off your fear? She's the one that believes in demons the least in this family. Katie decided to take the mom's body out the front door. When removing evidence, that's the best option in my opinion.
Found some crazy shit online about that triangle symbol and this, like, coven.
You mean you discovered more than you already figured out earlier when you and Alex read about it on the internet? You did not.
And this, like, coven?
We have 10 minutes left in the movie and we're just beginning to explain some of what's going on, but not really. We all know that Katie, as portrayed in the first 2 films, can't move fast without making loud stomping noises. But yet, here we are. A minute ago, Katie disposed of the mom's body outside somewhere, probably in the aluminum recycling bin or something. Now she's like, F it, I'm Michael Myers now. Can anyone in the audience tell me why the demon keeps dragging people on the floor, becomes disinterested, and stops? I'm assuming to go to work on his Walking Dead podcast. We now enter the why is this person running with a camera portion of the story, especially after being dragged on the floor by a ghost. And she knows the people across the street are evil. Of all the bizarre camera moments in this series, this one might make sense the least. And if you tell me she needs the camera's night vision to see, then that opens up even more bullshit we don't have time for. Why is this moment any different than any other moment to start killing everyone? Why did they just beat up the girl and kill the mom? It seems like they just decided to make a movie but forgot to write anything. There are plenty of things for Dad to grab onto, yet he is just slightly flailing his arms as if he doesn't want to live. I know this is a Spanish newspaper and the headline is covered up slightly, but all I can think of is anal. What the f*** is this kid doing out here right now? Is this the kid's storage? There's a 15-year-old girl in our yard. Send
Everyone! In the morning, I'm making waffles.
Excuse me, ma'am. Can I help you with anything? Really beautiful feet.
Thank you.
They are beautiful. Do you mind if I touch them?
Kleenex? Were you sleepwalking or what was going through your mind?
I wasn't.
Because.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So, what did you remember from this? Like,
I don't remember anything. I remember standing in the doorway and you pointing a camera at me. And you were all freaked out.
Be happy to talk with the Ouija board.
Whoa. Hell. Is that you grunting?
What is your name? What is your quest? What is your favorite color?
You choose me?
I f***ed Ted.
Who knows what evil lurks in the hearts of men? The shadow knows.
Leave me alone!
Never alone.
Ow, liver. It was a joke.
The power of Christ!
What do you look like? 5. Yes. I don't know. I don't know.
Wow. Look at that tent.
Look at her butt. It is so big.
Each leap brings us closer to God! Catch me, Lord, catch me! Can you tell us a story?
Sure. What kind of story?
Ghost story. I see dead people. There's a monster outside my room. Can I have a glass of water?
Don't you get it? You see the hat? I am Mrs. Nesbit.
So you're getting married 3 times,
Mm-hmm.
and then you wait a little bit, and then you turn the lights back on, and then you're supposed to see her body in the mirror, and she's gonna try to kill you.
Okay, let's do it.
Candyman. Candyman. Candyman.
I need a light.
I have to be rescued in there. Can you come save me?
You've lost. You just don't know it. I've lost. Look at the board. I have. Take the draw, or I'll share the championship.
Good soldier never leaves a man behind.
Did you know the sun is a star, not a planet? Do you know the human head weighs 8 pounds?
Ram you. Ram you. To your breed, your fleece, your plan be true.
Dear God, make me a bird so I can fly far, far, far away from here. Come and play with us, Daddy.
She's not my girlfriend. I find her interesting because she's a client and because she sleeps above her covers. 4 feet above her covers.
What was that?
I was saying balloons.